Okay, so our 493rd prediction for the second and third fire signs of 1 Kings 18 is that, which are the two attacks which provoke World War III, one of which causes a mushroom cloud to rise above the Thames round about Dartford, the other above the Hudson round about the George Washington Bridge, we believe. We don't believe, we interpret from the scriptures. So we're now predicting them for any time up to Aug21, actually from Aug29, which is now passed, and that's the second fire sign, and the third fire sign between Aug20 and 22. So that's any time up to September 9 for the second fire sign, and any time from September 7 to September 10 for the third fire sign. And this comes about because we were able once again, I think this will be the last time we can do this, to push the chronology forward one more month, because although we initially had Zoa beginning, which is the last true church, a non-Adamic true church, Abrahamic initially, beginning 2012, Sep7-10, but we ignored, or we overlooked the conversion of Cain to be non-Adamic, which happened in the next month. So that delayed it a month. But then the next month was the day when Zoa would be appointed, Tammuz 16, was a weekly Sabbath on which there cannot be an appointment. So that delayed it another month to Ab 16. So now we're in the Sabbath delayed and Cain delayed Zoa. So we think that the correct Zoa appointment date was Ab 16, and that shoves the whole chronology up a month. It also means that the LW, the Lord's Witness alienation times, which is a malediction we got because we screwed up in 2003, that malediction runs from 2016 Ab 21 to 2023 Ab 21, and that's to go back 7 times. The fact of 1 Kings 18 verse 43, the most important, the fundamental malediction of 1 Kings 18 is the Lord's Witness alienation times, which is a Pentecostal malediction. It runs from Pentecost to Pentecost for 7 times, and it's a malediction during which we cannot get the gifts of the Spirit, nor can we be sealed into, as saints, you cannot be sealed during a malediction, during an alienation times malediction. And since 1 Kings 18 is denominated in 50s, enumerated in 50s, it must refer to an alienation, and it has a 7 times weight in it. That would be the classic definition of alienation times. So we now believe that the alienation times for this church ended 2016 Ab 21. Sorry, began 2016 Ab 21, ended 2023 Ab 21. And then you add the sentence count, the 31 times or 30 times sentence count of 1 Kings 18, 42 to 44, and that takes you to Aug20 to 22. That's the third fire sign. Because all the actions of Elijah and his attendant, as described in those verses. The second fire sign you get from Jesus going up to become Caesar. We are pretty sure that Jesus is now Caesar to mankind. What that means is that he has the ability to resurrect people into the ark and from the dead, and physically cure people, which you can do as physical Caesar. You can spiritually cure them if he's sacred king, you know, the high priest. But as Caesar, he can physically cure and protect his people and extract them in a greater exodus, which we believe will be into the ark, and we believe has already begun. And the people in the ark will be able to come back down, although you cannot see a kingdom manifestation. So they won't come down and say, hey, look, here's a picture of the ark, it looks like this. But they will speak to people who are already saved, who are permitted to, once you've finished your testing and you've passed, you can be shown the deal. You cannot be shown the deal before you pass the test. And it's all about, do you have the perspicacity to see through the deceptions of this world to the truth of your inevitable and loving salvation. It's not the adjective I was looking for. The inevitable and your the free gift of your salvation that's waiting for you if you love God enough to see through the lies of his opponent and our opponent, who's an expert in lies. And so the position of the Lord's Witness Church is that the apocalypse has begun, that the rapture has begun, that Jesus is Caesar, and it's all happening. And on Thursday sunset to Friday sunset, August 24 to 25, we have the 6th day of the 6th month of the 6th year of demon possession, which is 2023 Elul 6, which is 666 day. That is when the greater decree of Caesar Augustus is made, and the decree of Nebuchadnezzar actually about bowing down to the image in Daniel 3. And so that will be the fulfillment of Luke 2 again. So we're predicting that the world will be informed, that we all have to register for the mark of the beast. They won't call it that. It'll be for some kind of digital ID for some reason. And we'll have to do that at the end of this week. And then 9 musical instruments of Daniel 3 after that. There were 6 specific musical instruments and a Hebrew plural, which stands for 3 times more. You get the actual registration beginning, because obviously when Caesar Augustus said, okay, everybody's got to get registered, they didn't just immediately go online and register, not 2,000 years ago. We could do that today, but there's a delay between the decree and the beginning of the registration, as there was back in Jesus's day, because they had to go to Bethlehem to get registered. And Jesus had to be, well, he didn't have to get registered, he wasn't born. But Joseph and Mary did. This greater fulfillment of a famous biblical event occurs in August. And here we are in the 23rd of August. It's only 7 days left. So we're predicting it to occur on 24th, 25th, which happens to be 666 day. And then 9 days later, you actually can get registered. Don't do it. And then 6 days after that, World War III breaks out and registration is enforced through rationing system. You know, if you want your ration book, well, you won't get it unless you've registered. And you won't get registered unless you're vaccinated, or your vaccinations are up to date. And the whole thing is a play by the demons to enforce vaccination, to make you their financial slaves, and to deny you the salvation that is waiting for you in the ark. So as Jesus is registering people into the kingdom of God in the ark, Satan will be registering them into the kingdom of death down here, controlled by this new digital technology that we have invented. So, and that is the 493rd prediction. Thank you.